Good morning, Yankee Mania fans. How's everybody doing today on this Tuesday in New York City? I don't know what's going on where you are, but we've got a bleak morning, a lot of rain, and hopefully it's going to stop by about 11 a.m. this morning. So we're definitely looking forward. Well, the Yankees are not home, so it's not a bad day for them not to be home. So again, last night, unfortunately, we did lose a little bit in the standings. So now it's 4 games, guys. We got to start putting together some wins, and hopefully, with Max Fried tonight, we can start getting back on the right foot. That's number one. I want to get a couple of things out of the way before we bring up. I have a couple of guests, co-hosts waiting in the wings. First of all, thank you everyone for being on the stream with Jabba Chamberlain last night. It was a big success, and I really appreciate it. Thank you for the new subscribers. Again, I totally appreciate the kind words that you gave me in the text and in the emails. I really appreciate each and every one of you, as you know. So first of all, kudos to everyone, and a big toast to all of you. Thank you. Also, thank you again for the debut of Total Turnbuckle Talk. Was a success. We had a lot of views. We have a few subscribers that have come aboard, and I can't thank you guys enough. Monday Night Raw was crazy last night. There was a big title change, but you will see that all in videos and everything on Total Turnbuckle Talk, and we will be on live this weekend, and we'll discuss that as we go on. But right now, I want to bring in a couple of people that are very important to NY Yankee Mania. Ken, good morning, and Jason, good morning. How you doing? Thanks for coming on the stream.
Thanks for inviting me. How's it going, Ken?
The studio doing great.
How you doing? How you doing today? How's the little ones went to school? Everything is cool?
Oh no,
Well,
school is out right now where I'm at.
Okay. And Ken, they still going to school?
until Friday. Friday's the last day of school here.
Oh,
But
I'm sure you'll love that.
I'm here live from Hall Honda in Virginia Beach awaiting an oil change on my vehicle. So I'm
Look
doing
at
this
this.
from my phone. So hopefully it's not choppy or anything else.
Look at this dedication, man. They're calling me from dealerships, their car, all over the place. I can't thank you enough. Before I ask the questions, everyone, I want to say good morning to FG, Everyday Mets, Graham Highlander, Real Bill, Dev Finch, Jonathan, 161 River Avenue. Hey, thanks for joining the stream, man. You're the best. I hope everybody, again, is doing well. And again, for the Java Chamberlain interview, we just put up here all his stats. He was a great Yankee in the bullpen. Thank you for that, Jason. I really appreciate it. He had like a 4.4 ERA, but he had a couple of very bad games. But he had a lot of great games. So kudos to Java Chamberlain, and thank you. I want to get out in the talking chat. We have a new subscriber, Teresa. Teresa, thank you so much. And I know you said today was your birthday. Happy birthday. A great day to come and join us, because over here we're all family and we want you to join the family too. So kudos to you. Happy birthday. Many more to you and your family. Enjoy your family today. Okay, guys, let's get to the game in hand tonight. Max Fried, Jason. I know you have just a few minutes, so I want to get to you first. Give me your thoughts, and you think the Yankees will start getting back on track?
I think he's the guy to get us back on track. I mean, he's our ace. Granted, he had a tough outing versus the Dodgers, but I expect him to go out there and handle the Kansas City Royals lineup. I mean, they got some players in there, but I'm not gonna say it should be a walk in the park, but it's not nothing that Max Fried can't handle. So we getting the win today.
The only guy that scares me right now Witt and of course Salvatore Perez has done a number on the Yankees for many, many, many years, and that scares me. But I'm hoping he gets back on track tonight. Ken, what do you think about that?
Well, actually, the Freed had a good bounce back win against the Guardians. He pitched very well. It was a hiccup. He was overthrowing, I think, against the Dodgers, and the stuff was up. And they're a very good hitting team, and they whacked him pretty hard. He showed true to form against the Guardians, and I don't see any difference happening tonight. They do the Royals do have this kid. He's a rookie, Noah Cameron, will be pitching for them on the bump today, and he is 2-1 on the season, but he has a .85 ERA. He doesn't
Sometimes
throw.
that bodes better for the Yankees.
Say again.
Sometimes that bodes better for the Yankees because we were always seeing 5.8, 7.3, and they don't play well. So maybe this will be a good omen for us.
Looking at this kid's numbers, his fastball only tops out at 91 miles an hour. He's a junk baller every which way but loose. So that usually doesn't work well for Judge because he has that slider changeup stuff blown away that he is a victim of. Hopefully we have good umpiring tonight because that's also made a huge difference with us and our pitchers. We got whacked here by the Red Sox this past weekend, and everyone was talking about our game two loss. Oh, he's hit a ceiling. He's hit a wall. I personally think he didn't pitch that bad a game. He gave up runs, but I believe that the umpire squeezed the hell out of him because the strike zone was bad, wasn't calling consistent, and forced him more so with his slow stuff into the strike zone. And Boston, once again, is another good hitting team, and they took advantage.
Of course, they lost last night. Why not?
Yep.
Just to throw it in our face, I want to welcome Kevin. I know, Kevin, you subscribed yesterday, and we really appreciate it. Thanks again. And he says Max Fried is gonna have at least 4 or 5 strikeouts today. And in another one, you said the Yankees should play a good game today. Well, thanks for that, Kevin. And no, of course I agree. 99/22. Welcome back to the stream. And right away he says, guys, trade Grissom. What's your thought on that, guys?
Already?
He already started. Use him as trade bait now.
I don't know. What do you think, Ken?
No.
I agree. He's only getting paid $5 million, and even if he's regressed a little bit compared to what he was doing in the beginning of the season, come on, like the dude had like one of the highest OPSs in the league. But even what he's giving us now is worth it. Even coming off the bench, he's a solid player. We keep him.
God's honest truth, you're not going to find a better defensive glove out there. We only owe him about $2.5 million for the rest of the season. Who are we going to bring in? We're going to bring in Everson Pereira, where you have a wild card. You don't know what's going to happen with the fourth outfielder.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
Real Bill, thanks for all your prayers and well wishes for my wife and family. We are on the mend, thank God. My wife will have additional surgeries. Okay, well, one step at a time, and that's good. That whatever they're doing, she's mending, you're mending, and everybody's happy. So the prayers are strong, and we'll keep praying for you, her, and your family. So thank you for that. Graham says, Max is an H. Please don't push too much. Don't put too much pressure on him. We've got to get an actual number 2. Let Rodon be what he's intended to be, mostly a number 3. Jason, comment on that? Do you think that he's a number 3 or a number 2?
Well, he's been pitching like a 1B for a while there. Even if he's, I think originally that was the Yankees' plan. So Max Fried was supposed to be the number 2 and Cole the number 1. But yeah, I mean, I don't think the Yankees need another ace, so to speak. Because usually a number 2 is like you want him to be as. I think Rodon is good there. I mean, if we could get a middle of the rotation guy, I think we'll be fine. But if we could get another ace or another like real top tier pitcher, then even better. But what are we gonna give up for him? That's the whole thing. People got to realize, like, what are you willing to give up for certain players?
And 99/22 says a number 3 pitcher doesn't get $27 million a year,
I
which
don't know.
makes
You think Kikuchi's a
sense.
okay?
It makes sense. So
Kikuchi's making $21 million a year, and he's a 5.
Exactly.
well, the Yankees, when they throw money around, they throw money around. It doesn't matter if he's a 5 or 4 or 40 or 50. When they want somebody, they're going to get him. Hey, good morning, Stephen B. How you doing? How's it going?
God's honest truth, Rodon was brought in on a $178 million contract coming off of a fantastic couple of years in San Francisco. And he was their number 1. When we brought him into New York, it was with the intention of him being a number 2 starter. And his first year, he was injury laden, didn't have a season where he had spring training, and was hurt and was horrible. Yankee fans got on him and booed him horrendously. He came back last year, and he had an up and down season, but when it was all said and done, he had 16 wins, which was the 3rd most in Major League Baseball. Mm-hmm. So the comparatives from last year to this year, he is freaking pitching out of his mind, and he is the pitcher that we saw in San Francisco. And I think that he can continue to do that. And honestly, when Cole is back, I would look at Rodon as being more of a 2B than a 3.
Jason, this one's for you. Middle relief would be a smart idea to get. This is from Kevin. What do you think about that?
Yeah, I think that's what we need. I see like somebody like Clark Schmidt or even Will Warren. Those are gonna be like your 5th starters, and even as a 4th starter, I don't trust him that much. But if you could get a middle relief, you talking about middle relief? Okay, I'm thinking middle rotation. Excuse me. Yeah, no. We do. We need some arms in the bullpen. Some guys that are more reliable.
You know what doesn't sit well with me with Jake Bird? These are the kind of pitchers that'll come to the Yankees and they'll do nothing. That scares the hell out of me because he's got no pressure out there. And, he's just happened to be pitching well. What scares me, he comes here and he's going to do nothing. That's what I'm afraid of with pitchers like that in Colorado. So, that's the whole thing that bothers me with that situation. I want to get maybe, let's deal with somebody possibly that's a winning organization because he's got no pressure. Let's face it, Jason. Jason, before you go, you want to tell everybody if you about your stream and if you're going to be on tonight.
Yeah, I'll be on tonight. I do the late night show, usually around 30 minutes to an hour after the game ends. You can follow me at Jason Custodio 2024. If you look me up on YouTube, you'll find me. So make sure you check that out. But before I go, Joe, I wanted to say, incredible interview with Jabba Chamberlain yesterday. If you haven't watched that, guys, go check it out. It was a great interview. I really enjoyed it. Joe.
Thank you so much, Jason. The kind words coming from someone like you, it means a lot to me. And you are a big part of this show as a co-host. So I really appreciate you, Jason. And don't worry, we will definitely plug you. We're also going to be on at 4 p.m. today for the pregame show. So if you want to stop by all means, let me know. And good luck tonight. And we'll be on your stream. Let's go Yankees.
All right, thank you. Take
Peace
care,
out.
Have a
Ken, Joe.
wonderful day.
All right. Never
All
mind.
right. We go right to somebody who just came on the stage. Hi, Jonathan. Good morning. How you doing, sir?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. You got any words of wisdom? Any news? Any non-news?
Well,
Yankees
if I'm trading with the Colorado Rockies, the one guy I want from them, it would be Jake Bird.
yeah.
Yeah.
He scares me, but okay.
Why did it scare you? Because he plays in a because it gives. I don't know very much about him other than his numbers. Why did it scare you?
Well, I don't know. I don't know. I'm not 100%. I'm not sold on him yet. I'm just not. It scares me when we deal with teams like Colorado. Why? I don't know, but it does.
The one team that scared me worse than Colorado is uh, teams like the trading with the Rays. Any trade you make with the Rays, they always know how to find good prospects.
Ken, I'm not sure if you know, but you have a comment from Jason in private chat. So I just want to let you know.
I can't see private chat from here.
All right, then at the end of the stream, I'll let you know. Just
Okay.
remind me, okay? So
And with regard to Bird, what you're looking at is a high velocity pitcher. He pitches half of his games in Colorado, which is pitcher's hell because your breaking stuff doesn't work. But he's got great strikeout numbers. You put him at sea level, like in the Bronx, his stuff is going to interpret much better. Sure, there may be a different type of pressure because he's pitching in the freaking Pacific Northwest, and there's no media there.
He's not in the Pacific Northwest. He's in Colorado.
All right, close enough. He's not in a
In the
hub.
Rockies.
He's not in the hub of media like he would be in the Bronx. And you know that the New York media are pet vipers. They will pick and nail everything about a player where you don't have that in Colorado. So he's gonna experience different types of pressure, but his velocity and stuff will interpret well in New York. And Matt Blake seems to be able to work magic with these bullpen arms. So I'm not really afraid of him. I think he would be a solid acquisition for the team.
FG says, I'm always concerned about players with good numbers on bad teams. Bird is pitching without the pressure of a pennant race. Well, I agree, and we're not really in a pennant race yet. We want to win games, and we want to be a little bit more than 4 games up. Just a few days ago we were 7-8 games in a loss column, but because we've been playing pretty badly, it's cut to 4. I don't know. It's one half dozen or the other with these trades, but I'm getting a little bit tired about talking about who we're going to get, who the Yankees are going to get. You know what? In my opinion, it's probably going to be a dull trade deadline for the Yankees anyway, because of their restraints. But prove me wrong.
Regardless, and I've talked to Jason, and he's in the chat right now. I've talked to Jason. Regardless of who they get in the chat, I would like them to get. If they're giving up their young prospects, I need them to get a couple players with controllable years, not a 1-year rental. I don't want them to give up. I don't want them to think this is a year to just sell the farm, which the farm is already has been drained over the last probably 3 years. They need to rebuild the farm, but
well, they have a good Double-A, and they have singles single A's. They do
Yeah.
have a lot of guys, but they're too young. I mean,
They're
look
all
at
those guys.
AAA. It's a shame we don't have much in AAA
Yeah.
to rely on. That's
All the good guys are at least 1 year away.
at least.
There might be a couple guys who come up this year, but they might have not very many. Next year, I think, depending on the trades they make in the off season, and between now and next summer, next year you could see a lot of the system in action in the major league roster.
Mm-hmm.
There are players that are capable of coming up now.
Yeah,
Alan Winans is a decent pitcher. He is actually a major leaguer that is playing down in the minor leagues. His stuff is interpreted very well down there, and he could come up and contribute, especially when we have pitchers faltering like freaking Ian Hamilton. Hamilton is killing me because every time he steps on the mound, he doesn't have control of his sinker, and the first batter he faces out of the hopper is a walk. And generally, that walk, whenever we walk players, that's bad for us. They generally tend to score, and he's shown that over his last 3 or 4 outings that everything is based off of his sinker. He doesn't have control of that. Some of the reason that he may not have control of his pitches because we're not getting a lot of length out of the 3, 4, 5 starters, and we're stressing our bullpen a hell of a lot more than they were intended to be stressed.
Well, this could be the one problem I have with the current Yankee way of thinking is sometimes they push their pitchers too much to the point where you have one inning that kills the game.
Well, it's possible, but I don't know. I don't know. Kenny, you want to respond to that? Welcome to Jake. Jake, welcome to the stream. Anybody have any comments about our conversation right now? Please get involved and we'll discuss it. Jake goes, I really think Clark needs to go to the bullpen. Too risky to start.
I don't think he's a starter at all. I haven't thought he's a starter his entire career. I thought he was always better suited as a bullpen arm. But Yankee fandom seems to disagree with me. Whenever he's pitched long, he's gotten injured. He's always had difficulty closing the deal on hitters with a 2 count. I can't tell you how many times he's gone up 0-2, and then the count is either 3-2, and he gives up a walk or a hard hit ball, and his pitch count goes up. He doesn't seem to be able to navigate a lineup through the third succession, which is a necessary must for a quality starter.
Also, yesterday, one of the top Yankee pitching prospects got injured. He's on the IL. With Bryce Cunningham, he was one guy that he was rising. He was a very fast riser, doing well before the injury, and I thought he would end up in Double-A if he had a full season.
Yeah, well, that's the trouble. That's what happens with the Yankee farmhands. Somehow they're ready to come up and they get hurt. It's just.
Well, he's not ready to come up. He was still in Tampa, but I think he was ready to make the jump to the next level.
We've got Cam Schlittler who got popped into AAA.
Yeah.
Yep. I think Schlittler could be the first prospect called up to the Yankees this year.
Oh yeah.
That's what I was leading into, Jonathan. He's got big league stuff, and he actually profiles more so as a starter than he does a bullpen arm. But I think he would end up pulling him into the bullpen.
Well, I don't think we should. If he's a starter, let him start. I don't think we need to pull another Jabba Chamberlain.
The thing that scares me with the Yankees is Marcus Stroman. For us to get trade value out of him, We have to put him on the bump in the major leagues. And what we're going to get from him, God only knows.
Well, the only way to do that, we need if you're going to get anything from Stroman, you need to bring him up to the majors like this week. Now you need him to pitch a month in the majors, and we're already 6 weeks from the trade deadline, so he needs to come up this week to pitch in the majors to give him any trade value.
That ain't happening. That's
Yeah.
not happening.
Hey, Joe, drop me down. I'm going to.
No problem. All right. Well, what do you call? Well, they said Cam Sidler went 5 innings, 8 strikeouts, 3 walks, and 2 hits. John Ferrazzo, welcome to the stream. Sean, welcome to the stream. John says, does anybody have any information on Ben Hess?
I'm looking at that.
Okay.
And
we'll get to that, John, in just a minute or so. While looking at that, let me say this. Hey, Yankee Mania fans, Joseph Albayani of Remax Elite at 917-273-7269 is an agent for over 30 years and one of the nicest guys in the business. If you're looking to sell your house, please call Joseph at 917-273-7269. That's 917-273-7269. When you call Joseph, please tell him Yankee Mania in the AM sent you. You'll be glad you did. And let me tell you, everyone, it doesn't matter, like I keep saying, if you live in New York, New Jersey, Connecticut, Florida, it doesn't matter, Hawaii. Call Joseph. If you're a first-time home buyer, he will guide you in the right direction. He's very, very nice to talk to. Take advantage of a very, very unique situation. So give them a call and tell them that Joe sent you from New York Yankee Mania. Do you have any information on Ben Hess?
I have. I'm looking for something. I haven't really seen anything. From what I heard, he's still in the minor leagues. It says nothing has really come out on Ben Hess for a while.
Okay, well, we'll definitely take a look at it.
Nothing. The last thing I got from him is in May, the end of May.
John the Beagle Dad, welcome to the stream. How are you doing? Happy Tuesday to you too, you and your family. Thank you. Graham said, Jonathan, you're not to think that intending moving Stroman, the force stand against Halos might be where we see him.
Unless Stroman is pitching in the major leagues, I don't think a team will trade for him. That's the point that I was trying to make. You're not going to trade someone who has been on the injured list the whole year. Why would a team make that trade?
Hey, guys, I've got a little breaking news here from Nippon Sports. From Nippon, the Yankees have announced that Giancarlo Stanton is currently scheduled to commence his rehab assignment at Somerset Patriots today. All right, I hope that means, Nippon, you're going to go get us some good stuff. Thank you for breaking that. So tonight, Giancarlo Stanton will be in Somerset to start a rehab. What great news for the Yankees. We need him. Get him in this lineup, and let's get going. Thank you, Nippon. Very, very good news.
That just came up on my end. It's from 3 minutes ago.
Right. Yeah, I forgot, Nippon. I got excited. I forgot you're still in Florida. Hey, you know what? If I get a chance, maybe I'll go down there. It's not going to be easy. I've got a lot on my plate today, but that's great news. Thank you for breaking that for us.
From really. Staten Island, you probably can get there in an hour and a half.
Yeah, well, I've got a very busy day. Let's see. Hey, Joe, Nathan's in Florida. Yeah, I just realized that. I just got a little excited for the Stanton news. Offense isn't the problem. I'm not that happy. Well, 99. Listen, when you add a Giancarlo Stanton, he may not hit 50 home runs, but he's going to put fear in the lineup. He makes everybody better. Understand that. He makes everybody better. they're not always going to pitch that bad. They're not the worst pitching staff. They will be okay, guys. But we have to straighten out the hitting. The hitting, that lineup is depressing. Go ahead.
One thing that Stanton does put in the lineup is intimidation. He can get into it. His presence can intimidate pitchers enough for them to make mistakes to other players, especially if he's on deck. So it's not just his bat; it's his presence in the lineup.
Mm-hmm. No, you're right. Absolutely right. I think we have Ken from the right here. How you doing? Where are you? Oh, there you are, Ken. How you doing?
It was just announced that Stanton is going to rehab in Somerset.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
That is what Yankee fans in the front office are looking for is Stanton's presence back in the line.
Yeah, we're having trouble hearing Ken. Ken, when you get indoors, just pop on, okay? Yeah. So no, it definitely is a good thing that with Stanton, because, like I said, it will lengthen the lineup. But we have to do what we have to do now. Tonight, let's see what he puts out there. I mean, Dominguez should be in that lineup. What do you call Grissom? You know, the way he's hitting, I'm not sure anymore. He's slumping. He's only been on for I mean, he gets on base with a couple of walks. He's not hitting well right now.
So what in this current roster right today, what is your ideal lineup for tonight?
That's a good question. I mean, they're probably knowing Boone. Okay.
I'm talking about you. You're the manager. You're putting out the lineup. What is your lineup?
I don't know. Honestly, I don't know the order of it, but I can tell you who I want in the lineup. And that would be obviously Dominguez. I want him in there permanently. Stop with this sitting down every other day. Enough. Are we going to see what he's got or not? I'm tired of it. Play the man. That's what he's there for. If you don't want to play him, send him down to the minors then. Leave him alone. Let him play. I can't stand it. In and out, in and out, in and out. That's all they do. And the same thing with Rice. Let's see what we have. Play these guys. You have the chance because there's no Stanton yet. When Stanton comes back, it's really going to be dicey. It's really going to be dicey, folks.
Well, Boone has a very bad reputation with playing young players.
I don't know. I just can't. I can't. This is a lot of baloney. No lineup does this. No lineup.
Well, this is something they needed to figure out in spring training. You need to figure out who plays where. And this is the problem that the Yankees have had all season. They never figured out.
I'll tell you one problem. You know what one problem is, Jonathan? Because Boone fell in love with Trent Grissom's start in April. And now he thinks he's going to be fantastic. He's a very okay player. He's not great.
Well, that's the problem because when you and that's also a problem with Boone because he's known for having player loyalty, although player loyalty means nothing unless you win. Really? Yes, you can love the guy, but if he's hitting 190 with no power and some defense, what good is he for you on your team?
Exactly. And the mere fact that right now, the guys are slumping. The Grissoms, Paul G basically can't buy a hit right now. I mean, maybe this one day off, and leaving Yankee Stadium and going on the road, would be great. Let's hear from Graham. Graham says, Joe, I get you. However, might not be more than Grissom. That depends who we have on the bump and who we are facing. I understand that. But who's going to be your star in the future? Is it going to be Grissom or Dominguez?
Dominguez would be
the choice is clear. I don't think Grissom's not going to be here next year, guys. You can forget about it because he's going to go for a multi-year contract, and he's going to get it, but he's not getting it from the Yankees. I can tell you that right now. Not getting it from the Yankees. But you've got to see. We got to see on an everyday basis what is Ben Rice all. If nothing else, maybe he's trade bait. But if you're not going to play Dominguez, and this guy is going to be sitting on the bench at 24 years old, 23 years old, it's ridiculous. It really is ridiculous. Just like last year in the World Series, they didn't want to bring up Dominguez because of his outfield problems.
Well, you have to also give him a chance. The problem with the outfield problem is that you don't give him enough constant. You need consistency. If you're having a problem when you're playing once or twice a week, there's no way you can improve your game. You need to play on a consistent basis, consistently, in order to improve.
Well, Graham says if it's Dominguez glove and routes of the ball that are concerns. Okay, so if that's the concern, then bring him down. Bring him down. We'll put somebody else out there. If that's the concern,
we have Everson.
Then what is he doing on the bench? Go get better in AAA. Then it makes no sense to sit this guy.
We already have Everson Pereira on the 40-man roster. We can play him up. He can play defense.
So if they want to do that, then we're so afraid of his defense, then bring him down and bring up Pereira. That's all. When you're comfortable him playing left field or wherever you're going to put him, bring him back. But to sit him on the bench at 23 years old makes no sense.
The other thing to remember is Dominguez is a center fielder. He's always played center field, and they moved him to left. So how can you expect them to play top-notch defense at a new position, even though it's still the outfield? It's a different position. So not only is he playing out of position, he's learning a new position, and you need to give him the time to learn it.
Ken, are you with us?
Yeah, I'm with you.
Okay. What is your thoughts on that situation with Dominguez? Do you want him on the bench or do you want to see him play?
First of all, he is a rookie player. He has 75 games at the major league level. He's not going to get any better unless he plays.
Right.
Long and short, they keep monkeying with the lineup because we don't have a lot of confidence in his outfield ability. I will tell you what, though, I've seen over the last month or so, he's taken a lot better routes. He's made some very good plays, and he's looking to be more established as a left fielder. There are things that need to improve, and that will come with repetition. The Yankees did a great job with Anthony Volpe, letting him develop and learn on the field. Dominguez needs to be afforded the same right. Long and short, he's not going to get better unless he plays. The thing that I think that the Yankees need to Are you hearing me?
Go ahead, Ken.
Yes, I hear you.
Yeah.
The thing that needs to be addressed, and we haven't done it, is we do not have a leadoff hitter. There is not one person that is going to sit up there and be the leadoff, whether it be versus right-handers or left-handers. The guys that we keep bumping in and out aren't leadoff hitters, and they're not really great at the job.
Well, I always thought Dominguez
Mhm.
could be a leadoff hitter.
That's my
He's
point.
fast. He has the potential to hit. He needs to be given the opportunity, and he hasn't been.
He has prototypical
Well,
skill of a
161.
hitter. Go ahead.
Oh,
No, you continue,
ahead.
Ken.
He has the prototypical traits of a leadoff hitter. From the left-hand side, he's hitting over 300. Fantastic numbers. Me personally, I'm not a fan of him being a switch hitter. He stinks against right-handers. And you know what? Facing right-handers as a left-hander or left-handers as a left-hander, Bellinger has made the transition. Rizzo made the transition. There are a lot of left-handed bats that can hit left-handed pitching. You just have to get there and get the wax at it.
Well, that's why I want it. That's why I would give him the opportunity to play every day as a left-handed hitter.
I totally agree. Jason 161 says, guys, they're winning without him playing full time. His turn will be here. Jason, I understand your point, but the thing is, he was on the World Series roster and he didn't play. Now he's up here and he plays every other day. The man is healthy. We finally have him healthy. Let the man play. It can't get any worse than what we have. That's what I'm saying. You're wasting, time goes fast, man. Look at Aaron Judge. He's 33 already. Before you blink an eye, you'll see Dominguez at 28, 29 years old. Let him blossom now when you have the chance.
Well,
That's
you have to look at.
my argument.
One of the things that you have to look at is the difference in the 2024 team and the 2025 team. Last year, when our lineup, we had four hitters that had an OPS in the 700s. This year, damn near the entire lineup is 700 or better. So we've got hitters throughout the lineup. And you're complaining about Grisham's bat, him not doing all the stuff. He still has an OPS that's in the 800s, which is very respectable.
Yeah, because he went over 1,000 when he was doing well. So now you're saying he's 800. He was 1,000, which I didn't expect him to stay. And not just me. There's a lot of people on the chat. But he was 1,000 something. Of course he's going to go down. He's not going to be $1,000 player. No way. 1,000 OPS. That's not going to happen. It's just a matter of opinion. I mean, like Jason has his opinion, his time will come. Well, I have an opinion that I feel he should be playing more, especially when we have a weak lineup down 7, 8, 9.
You know what? Our lineup is not weak. We are not losing. We haven't been losing games because our lineup can't score. We got our heads kicked in because our pitching stunk in that Boston series. When we got beat up in LA, it wasn't because we weren't scoring runs. Well, we didn't score runs in one game, but our pitching wasn't very good. Our bullpen was horrible. So don't interpret one thing for the other.
You said it on your streams, your live streams. The lineup disgust you. So now all of a sudden you're saying the lineup is good?
You have not heard me say the lineups disgust me. I generally say, all right, I can live with it. Or if I have heartburn with a section of the lineup, I'll bring that up. Overall, for the most part, I don't have issues with the lineup. I have issues with Pablo Reyes starting in that lineup.
Yeah, I think Pablo Reyes should not even be on this team.
Yeah, well, that's when you've heard me complain, is when Pablo Reyes is in the starting lineup, he tends to not hit and he screws the pooch wherever he's feeling it. I don't even like him coming in as a freaking substitute because he doesn't add any value to the team, in my personal
Well,
opinion.
everybody's basing. A lot of people are basing. I mean, we got to be a little fair here. That base hit to third base could have gone either way. I mean, could have gotten it, and he could. That ball was hit very hard. He had to dive for it. So I mean, I'm not going to base that I don't like Pablo Reyes because he couldn't get that ground ball. But people are basing that on that, and that's really not fair. If it was hit to him and it went through his legs, then you have an argument. But when you have to dive to your right or left, whatever it was, to his left, that ball was hit, 100 miles an hour. I can't blame him for that. I'm sorry. Maybe somebody else like a Chisholm might have blocked it. I don't know. But to turn around and say, oh, we lost people are saying, well, we lost the game because the ball went. That it makes no sense. I mean, I got to defend the guy.
Did you hear me say that? I didn't bring
I'm
up.
not talking about you. Don't think it's you. I'm saying in general. That's what I heard. Oh, Chaz would have made that play. Maybe Greg Nettles would have made that play. Brooks Robinson would have made that play. But they're not Brooks Robinson and they're not Greg Nettles. That's all I'm saying. Could have been anybody there. So, I mean, listen, again, everybody has their opinion. And nobody's wrong. Everybody has an opinion. And if your opinion is that, he's going to get his due, fine. I respect that. But respect what I'm saying. I'm saying that a guy that has the potential, like a Dominguez, should play. Almost every team, when they bring up their guys, they're all in the lineup. And I don't care if you're the Orioles. I don't care if you're the Rockies. I don't care if you're the Dodgers. If you bring up somebody of good nature to play, they play.
I'll make a prediction right now. When Stanton comes up, I'm predicting that Cabrera will go on the 60-day IL.
Cabrera, what do you? Oh, okay, yeah.
It's an administrative move that takes Cabrera off the 40-man roster. It doesn't change his status. He's not coming back before 60 days.
He's not coming back before 60 days. The only thing a 60-day does is it takes you off the roster so you can add someone who's not currently on the roster.
Exactly.
Because I don't, as much as I would like them to DFA Pablo Reyes, I don't think they will.
Not until Stanton. Not until they add somebody. If Stanton comes back, somebody we know's got to go. It could be in the bullpen.
Well,
it could be in the bullpen. Could be
well,
in.
no, that's what but I just said they would put the 60-day IL move on Cabrera.
99 says when Stanton comes back, there's no Judge at DH. Well, Judge will play the outfield. I mean, that's all there is to it. I mean, he's not 90 years old. He can play the outfield for the rest of the year. You need Stanton in there. Would you rather not have Stanton? You have Stanton in there. Everybody gets better, and the lineup gets fuller.
Well, that's also the choice. That's also the choice they made when getting Stanton over Harper.
I'm sorry, what was that? I coughed.
That was the choice they made when they initially got Stanton, and they chose. When they got Stanton, they basically missed out on getting Harper.
Oh, I agree. But listen,
so you have to put him in the lineup.
And they would do that time. They would do it over and over again. There's no question about it. They will do it over and over, that trade. Cashman said it just the other day. I would do that over and over again.
Well, the Marlins basically gave Stanton away. They gave him away for nothing.
They say that Jeter gave us. They say that Jeter gave us a gift.
Value back for him.
Right. They say that
And
Jeter
they're
gave
paying,
us some gifts.
and next year they're paying part of Stanton's contract.
Right. Well, finally, it just seems. I mean, they did a sweet deal. They waited 4 or 5 years before
No,
they.
no, but that was always part of his initial 13-year contract. He would
Right.
always, well, it was part of the trade. Part of the trade was at the Stanton, was the Marlins was going to pay $30 million of that deal. And the $30 million are coming in the last 3 years, from $10 million each year. That was the trade.
You're right. You're right. Graham says Weaver was being wobbly before he went on the IL. Have to agree with you, but it might be because of using him so much. Him so much. That's the problem. That is the problem.
And that also has been a problem with Boone. Boone tends to overuse his bullpen early in the year.
Yeah. Well, if you remember, Girardi used to do that. In a way, Joe Torre messed up a couple of guys in the bullpen. I mean, that's yesteryear. That it's not now. But I'm just saying.
I remember he had Scott Proctor in 81 games.
Oh yeah, that was a bit much. That was
much. Scott Proctor played half the season.
Right, like
pitcher. I mean, if I were talking with you yesterday and I remember that, I would have asked Jabba Chamberlain about that Scott Proctor situation.
Oh yeah, that's true. Well, I mean, look, what was. Now we got to obviously go in the future. Welcome back to Ken. How you doing?
I am actually at home.
Yes.
The phone was driving me crazy.
Did you connect to Wi-Fi?
It was bouncing because I was between both of my Wi-Fi points, so I couldn't figure out which Wi-Fi it wanted to go to. So I said, to hell with it. I'm going to my hardwired computer. Now I'm back.
Cool. All right. Well, let's see. So we would, again, everybody has 99 over 22 says Jake. Great. So Pablo Reyes is just robbing the Yankees at $800,000.
That's not true.
That's not true. Come on.
You can
are hard on our players, boy.
You can DFA him tomorrow, and they won't owe any additional money.
Yeah. No, I agree. I agree. But yeah, but anyway, lastly, let's see. So let's cover a little bit about tonight's game, guys.
You have someone in the background.
The what?
I think Nathan is there.
Yeah. Putting 4 people is a little too much. I want to keep it, too much talking over. I don't want to do that.
Okay.
Well, drop me down and bring him up then for a couple minutes so I can get a couple things done.
Okay.
All
Sounds good. Thank you. And now he disappeared. All right. Well, anyway, we have, give me your thoughts on Fried tonight. Do you see a comeback?
I see a comeback. I just look, the Royals are also another young, tough team, just like the Red Sox. So I'd never seen this young kid they just called up. I forget his name, Cudley. I don't even know how to pronounce his last name.
Mm-hmm.
But bottom line, I think they need to be very careful with the young. Oh, why is his name? Who's the good player on the Royals? His name
Witt.
Witt. They need to be very careful with Witt
and Salvatore Perez.
And Salvatore Perez. Those are the two players that worry me the most in the lineup. And of course, I've never seen the young kid play, but if they can keep Witt and Perez off the bases, I think, and also Furman if he's in the lineup.
Right.
Those
no,
are the three players that I would be very careful about tonight.
no, they're a good team. They're an
They're a good
absolute
team.
good
Yeah.
team. They're no slouch.
The
They're
Royals will not be a walk in the park. Don't
no,
expect
it's just
one
like
of
the
these.
Indians. And listen, it's not exactly the Colorado Rockies here, although we lost the game to them, and we
Yeah.
won't let them live that down. So we're going to see if Ken is ready. Ken, are you ready?
Yeah.
Give me a thumbs up. Okay.
Caglione.
All right.
That's his name.
So Ken, tonight, do you feel that Frida's going to bounce back? What do you see? And talk about what you're going to be doing this afternoon on your on Ugly Truth.
I don't see that Fried needs to bounce back. He pitched against the Guardians and did just fine. Didn't give up any earned runs. Went 6 innings, had 7 strikeouts. You're looking for marginal improvement off of that. Maybe another inning pitched.
Mhm.
With regard to the Royals, someone not to take your eye off is Maikel Garcia. He's actually leading the team in batting average, and they've got a fine young first baseman who's hitting this season, Vinny Pasquantino. He was one of the people that the Yankees were looking at trying to bring in a trade as our first baseman. He's hitting 280 on the season. He's got 10 home runs, and he leads the team in RBIs. So he is definitely not one to mess around with.
Sean Browning, to let you know, it is from the reports it's freed for tonight.
Yeah.
That's the report we're getting.
Fried is pitching tonight. It's on the Yankee website.
Right.
The rotation that's gonna follow is Fried versus Cameron tonight. Schmidt versus Bubik tomorrow night, and that game is going to be an Amazon game. And then on Thursday, it's going to be Warren against Seth Lugo. Seth Lugo has given us a hard time, but the thing that you have to keep in mind with Lugo is Lugo's just coming off the IL.
Mm-hmm.
So he might not be as crisp as a lot of starters are when they first make their appearances back in the majors.
I think that one of the reasons why we have Fried tonight is to get Fried to pitch against the Red Sox on Sunday night.
Well, that's
Sunday.
That is the point.
Play a day game.
That is the point, because if Fried was to follow into his normal rotation slot, he wouldn't face Boston again.
Right. So Sean Browning says 2 out of 3 for the Yankees. I hope so. I hope they have the hitting shoes on. I hope they have the pitching shoes on, and we'll get something big from the bullpen tonight. It wouldn't surprise me if they add somebody in the bullpen today. Who knows?
You think they could make a move?
What's that?
You think they can make a roster move before the game?
Why not? Knowing the Yankees, they do things hours before the game. They had all day yesterday. They don't do it, and they'll do it sometime today probably, and get it and do what they need to do. Judge will feast in Kansas City. All right. Well, we want to see that, baby. We want to see that 100%. Are you kidding? Without a doubt, we've got to see that. So I want to let everybody know. So now, later on, 4 p.m., we'll have the pregame show on NY Yankee Mania, everyone. Right after that, we go to Ken's channel, and he will do the play-by-play of the Yankees Kansas City game. And right after that, we will have a post-game show here on NY Yankee Mania, immediately following Ken's play-by-play on the Ugly Truths channel. And then, of course, tomorrow morning, we recap and go over everything with bagels, coffee, cannolis, whatever you like on New York Yankee Mania. So please, as you go in and out, press the like button and also subscribe to the channel. Really appreciate it. Like this, we can give you more content, like Java Chamberlain and Kevin Mensch, just to name you a few. So a lot more is happening, guys. We need you here, and we're going to keep growing. So thank you for all of that. Yes, Ken.
I do have a open panel at 1:30 this afternoon
Okay.
with the Yankees Royal Series preview, and I'm not talking about Boston. I couldn't give a damn about that series. It's over with, and there's been enough harping on it.
Unfortunately, at that time, I have an appointment, so I won't be available. If there was any other time, 2:30, I would be available, not 1:30.
Okay.
Sorry.
We have to do what we have to do.
Yeah.
But yeah, so like last night too. I mean, Tampa Bay is playing well. Toronto's playing well. A little footsteps are starting to come to the Yankees, guys. They're gonna have to start making a little move, because before you know it, first place will be out of our hands. Don't sell short Toronto, and don't Tampa Bay. I don't care who they have. They could have 5 Mickey Mouses on the team. They're gonna find a way to give the Yankees fits. That's all there is to it.
The Yankees have to adapt. They have to make the pitcher work. They can't give them free outs, and they have to play smart.
Yeah, no, again, no question about that. But there are footsteps, guys. It's now time for the Yankees to make a little win, like 3, 4, 5 in a row. It's about time. I think, Jake says the Blue Jays and the Rays are hot. Yeah, they definitely are. And they're playing very good ball. They're coming from behind. They take an early lead and they keep it. So,
Well, in the next
8 games, now it's 4.
In the next 12 days, they play Boston and Baltimore both 3 times.
Yeah.
So they have an opportunity to make up the games that they lost from Boston when they play them again.
But again, don't sleep on the Red Sox, man.
No. You have to remember the Red Sox will run whenever they get on base.
By the way, they did release the relief pitcher of the Red Sox, Stock. He was released last night, so he's no longer on the team. Jake says they can't afford to slump this year like the other years, because there are 2 teams now that are hot, that are going to stay on the Yankees' backside. No question in my mind. They are not going away, guys. They are not going away. Toronto is just gelling this year. Let's see. This season, we have not as yet come from behind in a game when 3 runs or more down. Worth bearing in mind. Very good point, Graham. Thank you. Yes. Yankees are not a very good come from behind team. And in the last few years, it's been the same thing. When they were good and winning championships and all, it didn't matter if they were 5 runs down. They came back. And in the last couple of years, they're just not. Once in a while, I remember a game against the Giants last year. Never thought we were going to win that game. And then Judge Homan and Soto won it. They do come from behind once in a while.
They had last year's lineup. Although this year's lineup is a little bit more balanced, last year's lineup was more. I would say it would be more clutch.
The Red Sox looked good against Tampa yesterday too. Yeah, but they lost in extra innings, and Tampa is winning like magic again. And that's what scares me. Is if the Yankees are going to play mediocre, Tampa's going to run right in there. And it's going to be hard to get them out of there. So I'm telling you, folks, watch out for Tampa, and definitely don't sleep on Toronto. They scare me. They really scare me. But let's see. Max Fried will hopefully get us back in the winning ways. Ken is going to call a really good game tonight, and hopefully hopefully we get back on the winning side. And at least we're on yes. And of course, tomorrow we got that garbage again, Amazon Plus, and here we go again. But we worry about tonight, then we worry about Amazon Plus tomorrow.
Prime.
Amazon Prime, whatever. To me, it's Plus Prime. Who cares? They never win.
Just programming note, I'm going to be calling tonight's game play-by-play, and I'll be calling Thursday night's play-by-play. I'm at bowling on Wednesday and not going to be available to call tomorrow night's game.
For the Amazon game. Okay. That's – well, you'll also have a stream Thursday afternoon, won't you? What's that, 10:15?
Yep.
Okay. Well,
10:15, 10:30, that time frame. I'll have a Thursday stream. I'm just talking about the games for play-by-play purposes.
Cool. Good.
And then I know that I'll be calling the Boston games. I think you're going to do the Sunday night. We're going to do the Sunday night on your channel.
Correct.
All right.
And now, no, it's not Sunday night. It's when finally we got a day game, 1:35.
Oh, Sunday day. Okay.
Yeah. Finally, we're not on that ESPN garbage. At least we'll be on yes.
Suits me just fine.
Aren't you glad that we have our own chat? The Yankees have their own channel, and the real good games we got to settle for Fox. We got to settle for Amazon. We got Apple. We got to go here. We got to go there. I mean, come on.
There's one other thing that has been talked about to a lot of people that I agree with, is that the Yankees should not wait too long before making a trade. They should make a trade. I just read a report right now that the earliest trade they've made for a player is, I think, June 15th.
Mm-hmm.
And so the Yankees should not wait too long to improve, because the longer they wait, the more expensive and everybody will be. If you make a last-minute deal, you don't agree with that?
Well, the funny thing is, Jonathan, the way the playoffs are set up, there are too many teams that are still in the heat of it, even at the trade deadline. For the guys that are going to potentially become sellers, there is absolutely no incentive for them to trade early.
Well,
they're going to get the most bang for their buck closer to the deadline. So the Yankees
the expanded playoff is why they need to push the trade deadline back to August 15th. Before the trade deadline used to be in August 15th, 15 years ago, before they moved it to July 31st.
And very valid argument, but that's not the universe that we live in right now.
I know.
The universe that we live in says that teams are going to sell their players that are going to be sellers at the maximum time for potential yield. I mean, if we were looking at throwing our hat into the Freddie Peralta thing, there is no incentive for the Brewers to trade Peralta to us now. If the Cardinals were going to open up the coffers and let Helsley and Donovan go, there would be no incentive for them to trade either of those players now. They're going to get their best deal with the most prospects and whatnot closer to the trade deadline.
Yeah.
Also, programming note, guys, if you do want to see Giancarlo Stanton in Somerset tonight, if you have MLB.TV on your computer, your iPad, your phone, and you have that subscription, you can automatically see the Yankees AAA, AA, single A, all kinds of games on there. And tonight's game time is 6:35. 6:35 if you're interested in seeing like the likes of Spencer Jones and Lombard Jr. and Stanton, just to name you a few. They are stacked down there, and it's a fun team to watch. So in case, you can have one eye on the Yankee game and one eye on Stanton, and we'll update. We will update the Stanton at bats, when we can, and we will do it on Ken's show. He'll update what's going on down there and how Stanton's looking, I will give some type of report, at least in the chat, and let everyone know. So stay tuned for that. We're on top of it, guys. We'll be on top of all of that.
And to address a comment that 99/22 said, in 2024, the Yankees without Stanton were 23-25, and with him 71-43. Absolute fact of life, because he brought that fear of pitching to Judge. They couldn't pitch around Judge at that point with him being in the lineup.
Right. Good point.
All things look better with regard to Yankee universe when Big G is in the lineup.
So does Graham think we're going to have a 650 winning percentage with Stanton?
Well, Graham says, how long will you stay healthy? Right now, you baby him along and you put him in that lineup. That's it. I mean, you can't baby him anymore. He's missed 3 months, 3 months basically. So, do you want him healthy for the playoffs? Well, we'll see what happens. Let's just be happy that he's coming back. And we got to think positive that he'll stay healthy and help us out. And Boone, he's not going to play him every day. So as everybody says, well, Aaron Judge won't be the DH. Baloney. But Stanton's not going to play every day, guys. Even if he's the DH, it ain't happening. It's not going to happen. Not on Boone's watch. Not on analytics watch. It's not going to happen. So don't think that Aaron Judge is just going to be a right fielder. Baloney. He'll be a DH. Stanton might come off the bench as a pinch hitter, but don't think he's going to play every inning of every game. And it's not there. Not for now, and not for a while. So I just want to get that. Let's see what Jake has to say. Why do I feel like Stanton either homer or strike out last year? I do believe the Yanks are better with him, but I just hope actually hitting and not striking out. Well, you got to take the good with the bad, Jake. I mean, he is going to strike out. We all know that. But like Ken said, he strikes fears in the pitcher. Say, oh, my God, I got to go after Judge. If I don't go, once Stanton hits that first homer, you're going to see the pitchers are going to be fearful of that Yankee middle of the lineup. Just watch. I mean, or if he's hitting the ball hard.
I swear to God, you couldn't give me tickets in the left field stands when Stanton is hitting. That damn ball comes off his bat 115 miles an hour plus. And I was a Division I ball player, and I don't think I ever saw anything come that fast.
I know.
That dude just hits a ton. And I wouldn't want to take small kids in that area because death may ensue if he gets a hold of something.
I remember John Sterling when Stanton was up. He goes, the pitch. And there it goes. Just like that, fast. There it goes. I mean, you didn't even have time to say the pitch.
He doesn't hit those long towering things. He hits freaking line drive howitzer shots right into the stands. And it's not. I mean, I don't know how many of his home runs last year in play-by-play, and before I could get the word out, it was gone.
Yes. No, I mean, no question about it. You're 100% right. So there's a lot of good that's going to come out of Stanton, and I would think he's probably going to play like maybe the end of this week. Who knows? If he's looking okay, he may show up in Fenway Park.
I mean,
I think it will take a few games. He's not going to come back
tonight. That's why that I think the thinking is 3-4 at bats tonight, 3-4 at bats tomorrow, maybe a day off Thursday, and then Friday 3 at bats. Don't be too surprised if he doesn't come into the lineup on Sunday.
I think. I agree. I think the weekend would be the earliest time he joins the Yankees. At earliest.
99 says, DJ can sit for all I care. Wow. Man, oh, man. I would, man, can you imagine if 99 was our GM? Mamma mia. This team would just fall right over. There'll be nobody
Well,
here but Judge.
You know what? You'd have Judge. Judge would be the only member of the team.
Yeah, he'll
Maybe
be,
three.
ground ball to Judge. Ground ball up the middle. Judge has to come in and field it. He throws it to Judge at first. He's out. I mean, do you have anybody else on the team?
Yeah, you're talking. What you just said reminds me of the Bugs Bunny cartoon.
Yeah.
Where it was Bugs Bunny against the whole team, and he played every position, including pitcher and catcher.
Well,
He'll be the road runner.
When I was a kid, there was this softball player that they called the king in his court. They played with a catcher, an outfielder, and the first baseman. And this guy would heave. You're talking 45 feet. So this guy is heaving 100-mile-an-hour fastballs, softballs, granted, they're bigger, against whole teams. And his win record was some ridiculous number.
I'm telling you, really, it's funny. It really is funny. But no, I mean, listen, everyone. I think the Yankees, they're starting him tonight. They would have probably started him yesterday, but remember, there's no games on a Monday in the minor leagues, especially AA and AAA. So that's why. But the mere fact they have in mind, they probably got the green light that he's going to be ready after maybe 12 to 15 at bats. I'm just saying. I mean, it could be wrong.
Personally, what you're going to see from Stanton is he's probably going to have, out of 10 at bats, 7 mutt at bats where he looks ridiculous.
Right.
Then he'll have the 3 at bats where he freaking tags the hell out of the ball.
Mm-hmm.
And don't expect him to be legging it out for doubles, although he looked pretty good running from what I've seen on clips down in Tampa.
Yeah, he's not running too bad. I think as he gets older, he gets faster. That's pretty cool. But, again.
Maybe, Joe, you're ready for the major leagues. They should give you a try.
If it comes down to it, we're all going to suit up. Put Jonathan behind the plate.
Well,
I
was when I was playing first base or right field.
Okay, so we'll put you on first. You'll spell Aaron Joe. Hey, listen.
And I'm lefty.
With the people that we have on this stream, we have enough people to go out there and have a starting 9. Yeah. Why not?
Maybe 20 years ago I could do it. Probably not now. Now I would probably need a I don't know. I don't know if I probably could hit if it was maybe 50 or 60 miles an hour, not 70 plus.
Well, sign John Beagledad up. He's the third baseman.
There we go. John, you're going to play third. Who wants to play short? Anybody in the chat want to play shortstop? We'll make our all-star team. Oh, that would be great. We get an NY Yankee Mania all-star team with the chat and everything. And how about we play we'll raise money for cancer research. We'll raise money for everything. That would be awesome.
Where would we all meet? In Central Park somewhere?
Yeah, we would go somewhere. It would be awesome. 99 says I'll play center field. Let's see. Ben Rice is he's saying Ben Rice to play third base. I don't think so. Rice is not going to hit at third base. He's going to play third.
Rice.
That's fine.
I don't even know what is the future for Rice on this team.
I don't even know what the future holds for him.
I don't think he has a future on the Yankees. So I personally think that he is one of the tradable assets that we could actually get something of value back with.
No, you're right.
I would just, if we trade him, I don't want to trade him to the American League whatsoever, because I don't want that guy coming back and kicking us in the teeth, 12 to 15 times a year.
Mm-hmm. No, you're right.
Rice is not playing third base.
The what?
He corrected it. He said first base.
No way. No way.
No, he corrected it and said first base.
I see that now.
I have a horrible feeling that he's going to get traded. I actually really like him, so I hope it's not the case.
Jake, well, it may be a Bobby Mercer situation.
Yeah.
Bobby Mercer didn't want to get traded, but he was very happy to come back.
Oh, I
And
still have that. I have all the tapes.
you know the story about how he got to the booth.
Well, they asked him to retire,
Yes,
and
but
right away,
they asked him to retire to bring up Don Mattingly.
Don Mattingly. Yep.
Yeah, and that's how he came to the booth.
And then Mattingly, believe it or not, his first game, he made an error, and he almost made a second error. They brought him down. Steinbrenner was a little upset, and G. Michael said, "Would you please bring this guy back up? You know, we're being silly here. Bring him up." And that was and then Mattingly just took off like crazy. Anybody in the chat or you guys, anybody know? We all know he was number 23. When he first came up to the Yankees, can anybody tell me what number he was?
Was he 45 or 46?
Which one is it?
I think it was 46.
Okay, you got it. 46. So he doubled it up. So he came up with 46. So you know, and he made two errors. One just went past his glove. I remember seeing it like it was yesterday. And the other one, he just barely picked it up. He dropped it, picked it up, and the runner who didn't really run it out. Otherwise, he would have been safe, and I think George would have went nuts, which he did because he brought him down. He brought him down.
When I saw Mattingly play, I remember him being one of the best fielding first basemen I ever.
Oh, he was.
I remember.
It was always Mattingly or Hernandez.
I think I can't remember him making one error. I remember he used to get every ball that was ever thrown to him.
Right. The only time you see him when his back was so bad, but they needed him in the lineup, he couldn't bend. He could not bend.
His back became bad because he used to play around with the teammates in the clubhouse.
Yeah. Yeah.
If he was a little bit more, less playful, and I know you want to support your teammates, you want to have fun, but you want to do it in a way that doesn't hurt your body. So if he was playing cards instead of jumping up and down and slapping each other on the back, maybe he would have had an injury.
Yeah, but if you think that the Yankee pitching has been bad now, check out all the pitches that Don Mattingly had to pitch before, had to have on his team before '95. It was the who of the garbage.
Yeah. Well, they
had a great hitting team. Oh my God!
That also they got hurt with that because of Brian Taylor destroyed his career. But imagine what happened if Brian Taylor didn't get hurt. They may have won in '95.
Yes. Well, 95, the reason why, honestly, that they lost, John Wetland could not get anybody out.
They didn't know
and they didn't know about Mariano yet.
They didn't know about Mariano at that time. If they knew about Mariano in '95, maybe it would be different.
Right. Graham has a question for you, Ken.
Yeah, Graham, I've been watching the chatter about Lowe coming to the Yankees. I don't see it.
They're not going to make a trade with the Yankees. They're not.
First of all, I hate trading with Tampa because they always end up winning trades. It may not look apparent on the surface.
I'm not making that trade.
Yeah, I'm not making a trade with Tampa either. I don't care who you give me. I don't trust it.
Sounds like Nathan is working on getting you another interview.
Huh?
Look at what Nathan
Clint
did.
Hurdle.
I don't see it. Oh, Clint Hurdle. Cool.
He's a former Kansas City Royal.
Thank you, Nathan. I appreciate that. We'll talk. But thanks so much. By the way, like I said, we will be here at 4:00 for the pregame show, and any Yankee news from here to then. Before that, though, go to go to Ken's channel. Ken, you said 1:30. I'm sorry.
Yes.
1:30 for the update of the upcoming series, and then 4 o'clock here, and we do the seesaw. Then 7 o'clock. Is it 7 o'clock tonight? The game or 8:10?
7.
7.
Actually,
Okay.
the game is 7:40.
7.
I'll be on at 7:35.
Cool. And then after that, so you go there. Remember to subscribe to Ken's channel, everyone. If you haven't subscribed, the same thing here. Press the like button. I'm sure you're going to love his play-by-play. And then right after that, come here back with me, and I will dissect the game, and we'll have a post-game show, and then get ready for the morning show tomorrow morning. Everyday Mets again. Enjoy. Good luck to your Mets. And we'll see everybody. Oh, guys, final thoughts. Jonathan, go ahead.
Well, I'm hoping that the Yankees have a better game, and just the pitching has to improve. That's the bottom line. I think the pitching and the bullpen just need to improve. I know they're down a pitcher, but that's it. I just wanted to ask both of you, after the show, do you have an extra 2 minutes so I can show you something that I have for you?
Sure.
Okay.
You're talking about Ken?
Both of you, I can show you one
Okay,
thing.
no problem. We will do that. Yeah, John, one final thing. Ken, say your goodbyes.
A little bit of mozzarella, a slice of tomato, some balsamic vinaigrette, and let's go Yankees.
New York Yankee Mania. Thanks for shouting out my question to Jabba. Glad all of you got a kick out of that. Well, it's not a question that we got a kick out of that. It's a shout out to you, and we appreciate you. Are you kidding me? Without a doubt.
Can you believe it? My questions were shut out. I didn't get one in.
I'm sorry. I mean, the chat is important, Ken. You're important, but the chat is important.
I was in the chat.
I know.
Now you kick me like I'm dirt beneath your shoes. What kind of shit is that? Good.
If I did that, you wouldn't be on the stream. Anyway, guys, listen, we've been on for an hour and 30 minutes. I want to thank you again. Everybody have a great, great day. We will see. Well, first, Ken will see you guys at 1:30, and then I will see you here 4 p.m. probably, and hopefully have the Yankee lineup probably while I'm on the stream. I don't think because it's 7:40 it's going to be out at 4 o'clock, but you never know. If there's any Yankee news, you will hear about it. So we'll see you at 4 o'clock on NY Yankee Mania. Thanks so much. Don't forget to check out my wrestling channel at Turnbuckle. You know the score. You know it all. I don't have to tell you. I'll bring it up one more time before we go. And that's the email, joeyankees28@gmail.com. And here is, if we can find it. Come on, where are you? There you are. No, is that you? No, here we go. Turnbuckle Talk on YouTube that debuted on this past Sunday. Please, everybody, go there, subscribe, look at the videos. We do have some breaking news. A new world champion on Raw last night, right at the end. It was emotional. It was a great show. And people returned, like Nikki Bella. Nikki Bella is back, and it's going to be exciting again in the women's division. So come and talk wrestling at Turnbuckle Talk anytime, and we will be live this weekend. We will keep you posted. With that note, everyone, have a great day. And as I always say, God bless you, your families, and all the content people. And most importantly, God bless America, baby. Let's go Yankees. Have a great day, everyone. Take care.